Let's knock this one out. Let's make it happen and then go home. Well, we're already home, but let's just stay home. Okay? All right.
Yes, stay home.
That's
We
right.
We will be your socially distant friends. What's the word? What's the phrase? Social distancing.
Social distancing. They should call it physical distancing, but it adds a syllable, and I don't think people already are bad at adding syllables. In fact, I'm surprised people aren't calling it soc dist by now.
Oh, I'm sure somebody is, and that just makes me physically ill.
Right. So
Soc dist.
We'll see how that goes. Oh, there was a Salt Lake City joke on Better Call Saul, was there? I have to watch. I'm watching it today, but I didn't know there was a Salt Lake City.
I watched it last night. I didn't remember a Salt Lake City joke.
I don't know what it was. I mean, they're building that bank. They're trying to kick that dude out and build that bank location in that weird part of Utah. But
that is, the stuff that happens in last night's episode with regard to that is fantastic.
Oh Lord, I'm so excited. They deliver every week. It's such a great season.
This is such a great, I don't even know if you want to call it a B story, but just such a great story arc with Kim Wexler and that the dude in the
freaking Maurice from Northern Exposure. I love that actor. He's the greatest.
Oh, really?
He's the best. He's the guy from. He's the guy that says put a spark plug up your ass or whatever he says in War
I'd
Games.
piss on a spark plug if I thought it would help. Is that guy? I thought
that's that guy. That's
I thought that was a different guy. Okay.
No, it's Barry Corbin. Yeah, that's one of my favorite character actors of all time. That guy.
Nice.
Love that guy. Love him. All right, Brian, it's time.
Okay. Okay, Scott.
Okay.
Okay, Scott.
Here it comes. 3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name's Monroe. You've probably already noticed that I have incredibly blue eyes.
Quiet with that racket. What are you yelling that for?
The morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream, the morning stream.
You guys want some sandwiches? This is the morning stream.
Chat room says it sounds like he's saying moan and scream. I've never heard of that before. Is that true?
Have you not heard that? Any time you play that intro, that theme, there's a chorus of people who sing the moan and scream.
No, I can't even look at the. I mean, I'm looking at my board and I can't see the chat when I'm doing that. So I never knew that until just now. I just noticed it.
That's really funny. If
hilarious.
you do the TTMSSS version, then people sing along with that one too.
Well, I've seen that one where the whole screen just goes T and then M's and S's and it just
exactly
flips through. It's hard to avoid.
They do the moan and scream whenever this one plays.
All right, what do they do when we play bows? Nothing? Probably nothing because there's no voice.
They're too busy air guitaring is what happens.
Oh.
They can't even touch the keyboard because both hands are up in the air playing guitar like they just don't care.
I get it. So chat effectively stops for like 30 seconds. I get it. I see how it is. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's TMS, the morning stream for March 17, 2020. I'm Scott Johnson. He's Brian Ibbett, and we're here to bring you a damned show. A damned show.
Get your paws off me, you damn dirty show.
That's right. We're here. We're doing it. We got all sorts of stuff to talk about. Hey, I went out yesterday because you got us sometimes, and I don't mean out to like a crowded place. I went out.
decided to go to my local arena and join 300,000 of my fellow Salt Lakeans.
Exactly. Oh, Salt Lakeans. I think we call them Salt Lakers, I think is what we say. But
Salt Lakers?
Yeah.
SLCers?
SLCers. That also works. So, no, we went to the dog park. It's just a place where the dogs got to run and be idiots for.
Oh, good. Because, you don't care about your dogs getting coronavirus from each other. No, I see.
Not a problem. They can get all the sick they need. And of course, the WHO let the dogs out when they said that they didn't.
It's transmitted from nose to butt, so every dog at the dog park now has coronavirus.
It's my least favorite Pornhub sublisting. Nose to butt.
My least favorite. My least favorite Craigslist acronym.
Hashtag nose to butt. All right.
N2B.
There you go.
Anyway, please continue.
All
please.
Right. So yeah, please, whatever it takes, continue. So we go to the dog park. There's not a lot of people there. There's like, I don't know, 3 other people and their dogs. And it's a big dog park, so they're all spread around. And part of this was a long walk to the dog park and a long walk back. And there are people on the way and the people on the way home. And I noticed during all of this process that everybody, I make sense that they would be, but everyone's just a little nervous, right? Mm-hmm. And they're all standing just a little further away than they used to. And I didn't like that feeling. I understand the need. I get it. You know, this physical distancing is important, but I don't like having to like look at somebody. What I'm used to doing at the dog park is going, "Hey, how's it going? Your dog's pretty cool. What kind of dog is that?" You know, you have all these conversations with strangers. I'm used to that. Instead, what it was like weird nods and sort of nobody's smiling and you're telling, you know, they're telling their dogs to hold still and don't be such a freak, and everybody's just trying to, you know, calm down and keep it all. And I don't like it, Brian. No, I don't. I don't like it.
But the cool thing about it is that we're all together in this individuality, together in this isolation. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess so, yeah.
Like, it's not like you're being a hermit where everybody else is kind of gathering together. You're nodding at that dude over there and he's nodding back at you, and you guys are together in this. There's some solidarity in this individualism.
Yeah, there's some. I mean, we're with
we're
our
all
dogs.
being alone together, Scott.
Yes.
Is what I'm trying to say.
There you go. We are in this together, and there was definitely a feeling of that. But I just don't like it when society's so worried about each other in a way that is like, does he have it? Does he have it? I mean, that's the impression I got from people. I didn't feel that way about them, but I was feeling that way about them toward me, and I'm sure that they think the same thing I'm thinking. And that just kind of sucks. It just sucks, man. I don't like it.
I got out on the bike yesterday. It did not get up to my magical 66 degrees, which is where my watch says, "Hey, Brian, it's 66 degrees. Tap, 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 tap. It's 66 degrees. You should go out on the bike. Tap, 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 tap." It was 57. So it was almost 10 degrees lower than I like. And it was cold. I felt it.
57 is for steaks.
57. Right. I mean, 57. It was Heinz 57 degrees out. Yeah. 57 is no big deal, right? It's like, okay, but when you're riding next to a creek, which already gives off some cold air, and the colder wind is hitting your face, for whatever reason, 57 degrees feels pretty chilly.
As part of that,
it was borderline, and I have long bicycle pants as opposed to bicycle shorts. Yeah. I did not do a long sleeved bicycle shirt, and I really wish I would have.
Yeah, that'd help. That'll keep you from getting the wind blast. Did you? Don't you have?
There were a lot of.
Listen, part of this ride is like a canyony kind of thing, right? Sorta ish. So you get like a lot of tunneled wind, or am I thinking of somebody else who rides?
You might be thinking of someone else. I mean, I go through tunnels. There are some places where I do go through some under street tunnels. Sometimes a lot of it is shaded by trees on both sides, a nice wooded area. Then there's a big open area that has like no trees, and so when it's hot, it's really hot. So it wasn't, it wasn't horrible, but there were a lot of people out there walking their dogs on the path, and it was, we all had this kind of old, young, snotty, friendly, no matter what, everyone was kind of giving the nod as you go by and saying, "Hey, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon," or whatever.
What's the worst thing you could do in that scenario? Do you think it would be hop off your bike, rush over to somebody, and just start licking their face? Like, what would be the worst behavior that you could think of? What would you do? What would it be?
Jeez. Why does your mind go there?
I don't know.
That's a silly question. Of course, that's why your mind goes there.
Yeah.
I mean, licking somebody's face would be the worst thing, and I don't think I'd get more than a foot away from somebody before I got popped, before I could even get my tongue out of my mouth.
Yeah. See, I wonder.
Like, I think.
The response is probably swift. Is my thinking. People would be like.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, so, Jesse Calhoun says the worst thing you could do is yell a racist term and kill the person.
Well, that would be bad. That would be bad. But I mean, just in the vein of let's try not to get this virus. What would be the worst behavior? And I think.
And here's the thing. It's not official yet. There's no confirmation yet that if you get coronavirus and you get through it, which most people do, that you can't get it again. Then you're immune to it, right?
Yeah, there's like plus there's variations. It mutates and all that. Yeah.
Because if that was the case, I think I would just say, you know what? Let's just get this over with. If I can get it now, put in my 14-day lockdown in my house, which I'm going to do anyway.
Yeah.
and then be done with it and not have to worry about it, all right, you know what? I might be okay with that. It's always going to be this little grenade over in the corner until we all get it and get over it.
Yeah.
That is, if we can't get it a second time, it's always going to be this little grenade in the corner that's just sitting there going, yeah, this pin is dangerously close to falling out.
Yeah. I mean, the way I look at it is, my guess is there will be immunity after you get that particular strain. If it mutates too much, or like the flu does, then then your chances diminish and of getting it. But we need some herd immunity on this thing. We need some time to pass. I'm no scientist, Brian. Okay, that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is my idea of getting off your bike and licking someone's face is a terrible idea. I don't think you have to be a scientist.
It is what would
know.
gross Scott out the most. There's no question about it. That's what would do it.
It would be 100% that. So don't do it. Yeah. I didn't put it in the news today because I just heard about it and it was too late. But there's some lady who's doing. So I thought the coronavirus challenge hashtag on Twitter and other social media was just a challenge to not get it or to stay home or cool ideas while you're home, what you can do to keep yourself.
What is the coronavirus challenge? I haven't even heard about this.
Well, some people are taking it the other way, which is do things
kind of like what I was just saying, right? To try and get it so that you can get over it and get
kind of. But this lady on this plane, this Florida lady, of course, on this plane is licking. She starts her challenge and photographs the whole thing by licking the toilet seat in a plane. That's her.
Okay.
Jeez.
She's going to get a lot more than coronavirus.
I know. I mean, why would you? Why would you do that ever?
Yeah, no, that's.
Let me find this lady.
I don't want to see it. If you're going to send it to me, I'm not watching it.
It's not video though. It's like hold on. Let me.
Oh well, then it's fake.
Boy, that's a dangerous search term. Lady licks toilet.
Yeah. It's a dangerous thing to do and a dangerous search term all in one.
Yeah, I can't find it. It's somewhere out there.
That's all right. Just knowing that it exists is all I need.
Why would you do that ever? Despite there's no winning it. You're not going to win anything. This is not like a challenge that wins something.
If there's no video evidence, I say number one, she definitely didn't do it. Even if there was video evidence, I'd question whether or not it is like a factory brand new toilet that has never been sat on by a human being and she's just doing it for the likes, doing it for the clicks.
Yeah, that stuff happens a lot.
And if neither of those are the case, then whatever she gets, whatever she catches is well deserved and is hers to keep.
Her Twitter account is apparently banned as a result. So
good,
because you're putting people at risk when you do dumb shit like that, you dumbass.
Hey, speaking of banned, I know they did this in New York and they've done it here. I don't know if they've done it in Utah yet, but all bars, restaurants in Denver now are closed except for takeout and delivery.
I think
so. So if your restaurant does not do either of those things, or you can't do either of those things, then currently there is no accessing that restaurant.
Let's see.
Boston, the same people are saying. Western New York, Ontario just did that this morning. Yeah,
Ohio
it started about
Yeah.
An hour and a half ago.
Let's see. Solid County reports 9 more cases. I'm trying to find a thing. Documented.
eGrave 7 says Salt Lake County put that in place last night.
Oh, did they? Okay. So I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Too many dipshits going out at night.
Right. Well, and you got to do it before today because happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Because people are probably going to go and, well, I still want to go to the Paddy's Pub and have my green beer with all my friends.
You got to blame it on the Irish, Brian. They've screwed us once again, those Irish bastards. Yeah, they exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. I get it. And it's the first year where what's it called? What's the name of this holiday again?
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. It's the first year where I remember St. Patrick's Day even having significance for me because I usually just don't care. It's like nothing to me.
Yeah.
Wear green and don't get pinched when you're in school. That was about it.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. If it's on a weekend, I'm not even like hey, let's all get together and go to a bar that is doing green beer because I don't want to go to a crowd that size. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I also have this question though.
I'll go to a nice restaurant that's got corned beef and cabbage.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. No. Trust me. In fact, we may have that tonight just because Kim's weird and she'll probably do it. But here's the thing.
There's nothing weird about that at all.
Yeah, we do it every year usually, so that is a good reminder of the holiday. But here's the thing. I wonder how this gets enforced. Or I just want to know the logistics of it. I'm not saying it would or wouldn't get enforced. I just mean local PD and just, law enforcement in general. How do they coordinate to make sure they can enforce a thing where they go around and check? Hey, Billy's bar and grill is open. Get in there and shut that shit down. Like
that's what they're doing here. Like basically periodic checks to the restaurants and stuff, and making sure that there's not people in the dining room sitting there eating. Like you can go in there and get your Chipotle and walk out, but you're not sitting there and eating your Chipotle while you're in there.
I like that you're very brand specific on what food you're getting.
That's because I think that was one of the ones I saw in the news this morning when they were talking about it. Because the bummer about this is that, it's like all these hourly wage workers and stuff, or even owners, like people who have these independent non-chain restaurants that maybe can't do takeout or delivery. So I'm basically going to try to do my part to hit a few of the places that I really want to make sure stay around. There's a pho place, family-owned pho place that I know is going to be struggling during all this. So I'm going to try and hit them a couple times,
They called
during this time.
Family Pho by chance? Is that the
They're
name?
they're called Pho Dong Hong.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's
or
great.
Pho Dong Hong.
Pho Dong Hong. All right.
Pho Dong Hong. But yeah, that's kind of an unfortunate
None of the pho places that are like dedicated to pho, none of them have good names. None of them. They don't have good
well,
names.
except for the ones that just say, you know what, we're just going to do a number. Pho 66.
Yeah.
Pho 99.
Yeah, that's cool, I guess.
Double numbers are lucky in the Vietnamese superstition.
Sure.
That's why you see a lot of Pho 77, Pho 44.
What now? How do they pick what numbers are lucky? Is that written down somewhere? Someone have a list of the numbers that are lucky and the ones that aren't?
No, I think just repeating numbers.
Oh, so it's just the 1 1 2 2 3 3 whatever.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. It was Colorado or it was here, but there's a Pho King restaurant somewhere. So say that one fast and you'll get kicked off the internet, or you'll get kicked off the Clean Tag show. But is that where you live or where I live? I don't remember.
Say that again. What?
Did you? Chat room, are you distracted, Brian?
Bobby Franks is saying, he's like, I know you're trying to do the right thing, but a study just came out yesterday that supports that the spread is happening between asymptomatic people. So us healthy people need to stay in too. Well, dude, I know. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and like, oh, thanks for the pho. Give me a big hug and a sloppy wet kiss. I'm going to be like, put the pho on the counter and then step away.
Yeah, no. Okay, so let's ask this question. What's the difference between that and them delivering it, though? See, I don't think there's much difference, is there?
No, because if you get a delivery from somebody who's infected, guess what? They've touched that bag. Now you're going to touch that bag. The only thing you can do is is just kind of hope and pray that everyone who handled your food is healthy. Because even if you take gloves and open the bag with gloves, or use a pair of scissors to cut the bag open so you don't have to touch the stapled part at the top.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything, it's like you're trusting all of the people in that equation.
Yeah, but even if you say leave it on the porch, you still have surfaces, you still have the bag and all that stuff.
The bag, they've touched the bag, and the people at Chipotle have touched the bag. I'll just continue on with that.
I guess it's all about minimization, right? Because you could go to the grocery store and have hoarded a bunch of food and do nothing but make your own food, but you have no guarantees about any of that stuff that was at the store.
People at the store could have easily touched that and not known that they're infected. The DoorDash driver may not know that he's been infected, or Grubhub or whatever.
So nuke it for morbid. It's the only way to be sure.
It's the only way to be sure.
I learned that from Aliens.
Yes.
Yeah. That was from Hicks, not Hicks.
Yes.
No, it was Hicks. Hicks,
Mostly.
right?
Mostly.
It's mostly. Mostly.
You're mostly protected from coronavirus.
That's amazing.
Mostly.
All right. Hey, check this email out. Here's some good information and some sensible information from a listener. Okay.
All right, good.
They wrote in.
Don't worry, Stephanie. Stephanie in Pets. Don't worry, we'll be off of the Corona talk here in just a minute.
Oh, well, they think we're talking too much about it. Is that what they're saying there?
She's here. You guys hear about it from everywhere, so you want a little break from that, and we'll give you a little bit of a break from that. We'll yell at Jerry in a little bit.
I get it, but the thing is, it's so permeating everything right now that it's like you can't. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
It's nobody's not talking about it. The only people that aren't talking about it are reruns of things that were aired on TV
recorded
years ago.
before.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll do whatever we'll do. Oh, it's mermaids. Oh, it's mermaid Stephanie from Madison. Okay, Stephanie. This is the Stephanie that I met at the meetup at Friday night in Chicago before Geek Bowl.
Oh. Right.
And she does Stephanie and then Stephanie backwards. Duh. She does these cool mermaid pants. Can't really call it. Do you call them mermaid pants?
I call them. It's a mermaid tail, right? Isn't that what
it's a mermaid tail.
Yeah.
It goes up to your waist.
Yeah. It's got the fins there and the whatnot for the swimming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, she designs them and showed off the coolest ones. Brought her iPad and showed off these amazing designs, and she's as much of a Spider-Man freak as I am. So,
really?
That's also what makes her awesome. It's a
mermaid
tail. It's not mermaid pants.
How's that even possible? That she's a bigger fan of or she is as much of a fan of Spider-Man?
I don't know, but the Spider-Man fans find each other somehow, some way. It just happened to be in a beercade in. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting your discussion with Tally Zarell in chat, Scott?
No, I hear everything that you're saying.
I'm kidding. Anyway.
Hey, check this out, listener. Rasmus Johansson, or yes. Johansson. Yes. Oh, and by the way, that was me going after the chat, not you. They're the distracting ones.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
you distracting.
I'm the one who gets distracted, and yes, I'm the one who gets distracted. So
it's all good. All right, here we go. I'm going to read this.
Yes. Okay, please do.
Info on Corona tests, and then we're done talking about it for a while, Stephanie, until we get to a news story. I was listening to your discussion about COVID-19 on the on TAM PM. Oh, he means TMS PM. And Dan said he was unsure of what the tests can detect. The current tests that have been developed are only able to detect an active infection. There is no current way to check if a person has the infection and has fought it off. Tests like that will come later. That's good to know. So if you already had it and didn't know it, just thought you had the flu, there's actually no way to know.
You won't know until maybe next year of knowing, apparently I got it and got rid of it.
Exactly. Cool. Regarding the seriousness of the virus, the death rate of people below 60 currently appears to be around 0.2%, about 10 times higher than the seasonal flu. And just like the flu, it is a lot more serious for people approaching their 80s and people with severe asthma and diabetes. There hasn't been a single case of a child passing from this infection, even in China, where they had tens of thousands of infected, which is good news. Best way to fight this is to avoid any unnecessary. Avoid any unnecessary contact with the elderly, because those people are at the most risk. For most people, this won't be much worse than the seasonal flu. Remember, fever, dry coughs, and other respiratory symptoms. Stay at home for 14 days until you are symptom-free. Stay safe, says Rasmus.
2.2% doesn't sound like a lot until you say, that's 2 out of every 1,000 people. That's 1 in every 500 people. Mm-hmm. And we know 500 people.
Oh, yeah, easily know 500 people. I was going to ask you this. Have you talked to anybody? Okay, Stephanie, I promise we're getting there, okay? I promise. But do you know anyone who's caught it? Because I don't know a soul yet who has it.
I do. I do know somebody, a former coworker of mine that I'm Facebook friends with still, has tested positive for coronavirus, and she's been describing that the test is like a painful blood draw thing, or it just basically was painful. I didn't get specifics, but I'm assuming it's a blood draw.
Well, that was a nose swab thing. It's not a nose.
Is it a nose swab? She said it was painful, whatever it was.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe I have that wrong. I thought I heard. Maybe they're different tests.
Pass the bastard. It is 0.2%, not 2%, 0.2%, which is 2 out of every 1,000.
Oh yeah, 2% would be. Oh man,
2% would be horrendous. 1 in every 50 people.
Yeah, that's real bad. 0.2%, which is, but again, that's still 10 times higher than seasonal flu. So it's a lot, but yeah.
it is.
Anyway.
But anyway, so she's under 60. She's about my age, and she's healthy. She's a runner. She goes and does the Boulder every year, which is a big marathon thing. So she's sure she's going to come through it just fine. But she's the only person I know, quote unquote, directly that has contracted this.
I don't know anybody yet, and if they have it, maybe they don't know they have it. I don't know. All these actors are getting tests, man. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder if they're in a privileged position in society to get things early.
Well, you can get tests here. You just got to get a note from your doctor that says, yeah, you might have it. Go to this. We have the drive-up testing here, which I think is that everywhere? The drive-up testing yet? But we've got it in Colorado, and there was like a 4-hour line last Friday, to go through the drive-up test. So apparently Shep says, yeah, the nose swab is quite painful because they go deep.
They go deep, dude.
How deep is your nose? Is your nose how deep?
I don't want to know how deep my nose is.
Well, they'll find it.
I don't want to know. I really don't want to know. All right. Well, that's all well and good. Thank you for your email. If you'd like to send us an email or a message, just go to the website, frogpants.com/TMS. Has a form right there now. Super fast, super easy. One click and you're done. You don't even have to give us your real name.
Right.
It's a great way to get good information, is not ask people for their names.
We love hearing from you. And right now, if you may be home alone or getting cabin fever, we're gonna be your outlet. We're gonna be your socially distant friends.
Yes.
For 2 hours a day.
More distant than we've ever been before. Now this.
That's right.
I don't watch the news.
Time for the news, brought to you by.
Hey, are you missing all the fun we would have had at Viva TMS Vegas? Me too. But you can come to our Patreon playdate, which is now scheduled for Friday, March 27th. That would have been the Friday that we were all together in Vegas, right here on Twitch. You can bring your own cocktails and you can waive those resort fees.
That's right. Don't have to pay any of that business. You can just come and play with us and hang out. And
that's right. I don't know. What did we do? 1 to 3 p.m. last time? I can't remember what time we did last time.
Oh, hold on. Yes, 1 to 3, I think, is what we did.
1 to 3 p.m. So 1 to 3 p.m. Mountain Time, Friday, March 27th. Mark your calendars.
Yep.
And we'd love to see you there and play some games with you.
That's right. Frogpants.tv is the link. That takes you to the Twitch page. It's all you need. We'll see you then. All right. People are apparently racing to buy last-minute weed as virus rules shut Dutch off coffee shop. So, the Dutch, they like the weed over there.
Yes, they do. Well, Colorado likes it too.
Yeah, I guess so. It used to be so novel, right? You could go to, you want weed and do it in the open. You got to
go to Amsterdam, but you can't smoke it.
Yeah.
Just like Vincent Vega told you.
Yeah.
You can't smoke it out there, but you
can sure eat it.
It's okay to carry it, but you can't smoke it in public. Why you gotta touch my hair?
That's right. But now it's all everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but it's in a few states here, and it's kind of more normal. But anyway, apparently this is mad rush. Cheerful, smiling blonde woman named Dee walked out of a coffee shop in Nogel Weeldees. Sorry, the name of the coffee shop is Nogel Weedsdees.
Nogel Weeds. Weedus.
Is Weedus?
Nogel Weedus.
Nogel Weedus. Kind of weed.
I just think it feels better saying Nogel Weedus.
This is in Amsterdam. Having purchased a gram of hash just before the government's new emergency measures to combat the coronavirus panic took effect, or pandemic rather. The policy was introduced at 5 p.m. on Sunday and introduced a mandate that all restaurants, bars, cafes, fitness places, saunas, sex clubs, and coffee shops. Oh, I like how they just snuck the sex clubs in there.
Yeah.
Stick it in.
We're going to go ahead and close all the restaurants, bars, cafes, fitness centers, saunas, sex clubs, and coffee shops.
It was like Kim and I are finally watching The Witcher because we never did. And
I still haven't, so
it's okay. We're on episode 5.
Would I enjoy it having never played a Witcher game?
Yeah, because it's based on the books, not even based on the game. So
would I enjoy it having never read a Witcher book?
Yes. I think you'll I do think you'll enjoy it, but know this
Would I enjoy it not knowing what the hell a Witcher is?
Yes, because you'll learn pretty quick what a Witcher is. Here's what I would say about it. First of all, you should play a Witcher game. Witcher 3 is one of the greatest games of all mankind of all time. Oh my gosh, it's so good, but it's also like 300 hours. So enjoy.
I'll put it on my list.
Yeah, yeah. Put it on that list, Brian. It's a growing list every day. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, just know this, that it's about episode 5 where it starts to come together. Because they do a weird telling stories out of time and out of order thing that they don't bring together until late. And it's weird because normally you telegraph some of that stuff. This show doesn't do that, so you're always like, what are we doing over here now? Is that the same lady? Hold on a minute. Is that the guy? Like, it's kind of annoying at first. Now that they've hit this place where it's starting to merge, now I'm like, oh, okay, I'm kind of into this now. But it does take a little bit. So I wouldn't make it the first thing that's on your list, but, when you got a hole to fill, stick it in there.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So
I won't have a hole for a long time. I'm looking at my list. There's no hole.
There's no hole.
I don't think I can recommend it because I recommended season 1, but I'm in the middle of season 2 of Sex Education on Netflix. I love that show. That show's so damn funny.
The one with Scully in it, right? She's in there.
Yes. Scully is a sex therapist.
Sex therapist mom.
Yeah. Anyway, it's good.
Yeah,
it's very good.
All right, you'd recommend that, would you? I guess you did.
I would totally recommend it. I recommended the first season, and
all right, I was wondering about that one.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's see. She was. Oh no, I was going to tell you the whole point of that was I'm watching The Witcher, and at the beginning it has a warning, right? They always do, and it says the following contents are in this thing, and it says may contain nudity, sex, violence, gore, smoking. And I thought, Saturday night at Ibbott's house, the first thing I thought.
Nice.
Like it's a sequence of events, not a total content listing. It's like what happened that night.
It's like what's on the menu. It's like the order of operations.
Yeah, made me laugh.
I can't remember what the show is. Maybe it was Moonlighting, but one of my favorite lines is, "Do you smoke after sex?" I don't know. I've never looked.
That's a Moonlighting joke?
I want to say it's a Bruce Willis Moonlighting joke.
That's great. Deep cut.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's see. She was with hundreds of people, by the way, at this coffee shop, trying to make one last purchase before dusk. Otherwise, they'd have to wait for their cannabis or hash or they'd have to maybe get a little more illegal about getting it. Anyway, I came here because I learned that everything's going... Oh, I've came here because everything I've learned is going to be shut down for the next few weeks, she told the NL Times. What's the NL Times?
The Netherlands Times.
Oh, Netherlands Times. Okay. That's
the Anal Times. The Anal Times.
The Anal Times.
Anal Times.
Anal Times. If you say it fast enough.
The Anal Times.
It's the Anal Times. I'm basically thinking that at some point I'll run out of ideas of what to do at home.
It's nice that we were able to give them an NL plug.
I agree. NL deserves a plug. You really should give NL a plug anytime you can think of it. When you're just, they need it.
And I'll just throw these, here's some NL beads. Just for... All right, anyway.
I didn't know we were going to go there today, but I like
it.
No,
I didn't think we were either. Yeah.
I like it. All right.
Hey, we've stopped talking about coronavirus. Happy?
Well, for a moment.
Well, we really haven't.
Because now,
this is one thing. By the way, they're keeping a few places open here in Colorado. We talked about the bars and restaurants closing. They went on the news today and said what's still going to be open. They're like, well, grocery stores and Walmart are still going to be open with limited hours. Banks are still going to be open, and dispensaries are still going to be open.
Really?
So you can still get your pot, deposit a check, and pick up a broiled chicken or something.
That's perfect because you're going to get the munchies, so you may as well get the chicken.
Yeah, you might as well. Exactly. Like just the Cheetos. Just put the Cheetos in the basket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what our job here is, people? People worried that there's just, the talk of the virus just depresses you or makes you sad that it's happening. This show can talk about it, and we can make each other laugh. We can have some fun in the face of it. That's the goal here. That's what we do.
Exactly.
That's the morning stream.
We're not here to avoid the elephant in the room. We're just here to point at it and laugh.
Yeah, to stroke its trunk.
It's proboscis.
That's right. All right, here's another story. Oh shoot, this one has to do with it too. But
no. What do you mean? Our news stories have to do with coronavirus?
This is a good one though. It's a good one. So ISIS, the Islamic State, the angry terrorist folks, right?
Yes.
They're telling terrorists to steer clear of coronavirus-stricken Europe. They're like, get out of there. Don't do any terrorism right now. You're gonna catch a death of cold.
Nice.
It says
here around the world, so really they should be staying away from everywhere.
Yeah, don't go anywhere right now. Self-isolate, ISIS. Stay in your flat or wherever you live.
In your bunker.
Your
spider hole.
It says here they've adopted a safety-first approach to the coronavirus pandemic and advised its members not to travel to Europe. According to Homeland Security, this is an actual official thing from Homeland Security. In the latest edition of the terrorist group's Al-Naba newsletter, subscribe to our newsletter. Death to the infidels. Anyway, the editors who normally urge followers to carry out attacks in the West instead ask them to stay away from the land of the epidemic for the time being, it says. Of course, they have a fantastical way to say it.
The land of the epidemic,
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I used to like that show. It had the the Slee Stack in it. Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, Marshall, Will, and Holly in the land of the epidemic.
That's right.
Epidemic!
Yeah, epidemic! And the Slee Stack, you see their zippers. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so bad. That show was so bad.
Come on, what about Chaka?
Oh.
You can't pick on poor Chaka.
No, I can. I can totally pick on Chaka.
Definitely pick on Chaka.
Chaka sucks. Anyway, there's a full-page infographic on the back cover. A list of pro tips instructs militants on how to stop pandemic spread. ISIS members are advised to put trust in God and seek refuge in Him from illness, but also cover your mouth when yawning and sneezing.
And when you're shouting racial epithets.
Yeah, do that. Wash your hands frequently. Let's see. Those who believe they might have contracted the virus are told to stay away from areas under ISIS control in order to preserve the health of others and fulfill the holy obligation of taking up the cause of protection from illness and avoiding them. Boy, they sure put a lot of language in there to beef it up, don't they? Lots of holy this and holy that, and also wash your hands.
Yes, and also wash your hands.
Yeah.
You need to wash your hands for 20 seconds, which is the length of singing the ISIS national theme song twice.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Much like more conventional publications, they have been breathlessly reporting on the virus's spread since the beginning of the year. When it first wrote about the here's the quote, new virus that spreads death and terror in China. That was in their newsletter. Although past editions of Al-Naba have expressed concerns that members of China's Uyghur Muslim minority might bring the virus to areas under its control, in their latest newsletter, the editors portray the pandemic as a problem that is affecting only the outside world. Not our problem, yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Got bad news for him. It's everywhere, man.
Yep. Sorry.
I saw a cool infographic.
ISIS.
It wasn't an infographic, it was an animation, but it was a cool shot of the world. Okay, so a map of the world all splayed out. And then it started in January and just started. It uses green lights for infections. Yes. Did you see that?
I did see that, and they're all like glowing. And then you start seeing it in Europe, and then like big lights in Italy, and then like in the coastlines of the U.S. And
yeah, it's intense, but it was kind of cool because it was just like raw data, and it's only people that we know were infected. It doesn't count undiagnosed or untested people. But it's I love math and data when it just tells me a thing. It's like, now I can I have a visual aid as to my understanding of how the spread worked, where it started, where it went from there, and you can see the areas where it's slowing down. That's nice, you know. You can see where China's like leveling off and then going kind of dropping cases, and hopefully that comes to us faster than.
There's another one that my aunt sent me that is also really amazing. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to send it to you, and then you can maybe share it on screen. But it's a demonstration of why we're here we go. Why we're doing this. I mean, we all know why we're doing this isolation thing, but it's a really cool graphical demonstration, animated demonstration of what happens if just one of us goes out and starts, walking around with this virus. So put a link in our Discord chat.
Pulling it up for the chat.
If you scroll down, you'll start seeing these little animated things with balls that bounce back and forth and infect other balls.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I've been the one that I see a lot of people using is the matchbook example. Have you seen that one?
Yes, right, with the fire that but then if you scroll down a little bit more, I'll put this in the chat room too. You start getting the thing like, all right, the first one where all the balls are moving is like if we didn't do any self quarantining,
Yeah.
right? And people are just all walking around, and the brown dots indicate people who are infected. Purple means they've gotten over it. But then you start getting like to the second to last one, or the last one, where a lot of people are just staying still in their homes, and then just a few people are walking around with the virus. You can see that it's like, all right, it doesn't infect as many people, but it still walks around and infects, they still have a way of
still
infecting
get it,
people
yeah.
around.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
all you guys are gonna all line up at Walmart for your copy of
Exactly.
you need to be thinking about
Right.
that a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm looking at I love visual data. It's one of my
This one
favorite
and
things.
this one is so fantastic. The fourth one, like where 1 out of every 8 people is leaving the house and walking around. It's just an amazing simulation of like, okay, so they get past the disease before they infect too many people. There's still a few people getting infected, but
when
way
they're in
fewer
the-
than when everybody's moving around.
Yeah, and when they're purple, they're not contagious anymore. So even if they're still, although this one guy, I'd
Right.
lay down. He needs to lay down. He needs to quit.
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah, the first dude
Yeah.
with it. Come
Yeah,
on.
he needs to knock that off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love stuff like that. Big fan.
Yeah, it's a really cool simulation.
Yeah, that's very cool. They need Dice Tomato. They need a different color for the brown people versus the purple. I mean,
I know. It's like, oh, why does infected have to be brown?
yeah, what's that about? What's that
Should be
about?
green.
Should have been
Like
green.
green is the universal color for sick, isn't it?
There is, well, it depends on the green. Sometimes it's green. Green means go. It means good. It means clean. It means
Yeah, well,
healed.
that's true.
Right? If you
Red.
heal in a video game,
Yeah.
it's always green. Always.
Sure.
So what you do is you do red. See, and the red means bad red, and then recovery would be like orange. Give me an orange for recovery, and then go back to the green. Green is healthy. See, got it all worked out.
All right, there you go. That's good. All right, I like that. Good color choices.
Now, these next 2 stories have nothing to do with the coronavirus, and
Yay!
and they have everything to do with potatoes. Both stories, okay?
Perfect. Very, very timely for today.
Very timely. It's a food staple you're all surviving on right now. All
Well,
right.
it's also St. Patrick's Day.
That's
and
true.
Potatoes, or potato famine, and
Confusion reigns after piles of potatoes were dumped into North Carolina City. No one knows why. After investigating, officials said a farmer donated potatoes to a local food pantry that distributed 2,500 potatoes or pounds of the food each week and an additional 30,000 pounds monthly. Officials said the farmer dropped off 15,000 pounds of the potatoes. These are sweet potatoes. And people got what they wanted. About 2,000 pounds of potatoes were left. Local pastor who helped coordinate the Cavern Terrace potato donation said they were not responsible for the second potato drop-off of the leftover potatoes. New Bern Mayor Dana Outlaw. Her name's Dana Outlaw.
Mayor Outlaw. When the mayor is outlawed, all outlaws will be mayors. Now, what's the phrase?
Wait, hold on. How's it go? If we're all outlaws, then no one's an outlaw. Wait,
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. There's a phrase in there.
something like that.
Yeah.
Says the potatoes are typically picked up faster than they were this time. This caused some of the piles that were left for more than a week just sort of laying there. And they're going to try to make sure they don't do that again because they don't want it to go to waste. That's bad. Don't waste your potatoes.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Get that going. Outlaw said the piles were cleaned up as soon as possible. Outlaw.
Outlaw.
Mayor
Outlaw.
Mayor Outlaw. Who has that name? Nobody except her.
Nobody. I mean, there's not even like a Marvel character I can think of that's got the last name Outlaw.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
You just got nabbed by the long arm of the outlaw.
The long arm. Also, that cough's not a sick cough. Okay, you guys. All right.
Oh, boy.
Every time
Oh,
I
you're
do
gonna
it, the
get
chat
emails,
room goes,
Scott.
"Oh no,
You're gonna
Scott's
get emails."
coughing." I just have like tired morning guy cough.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Your household, Kim, is home. You're home. You work from home.
Yeah.
Neither of you need to go out. Tina still has to go out for her job.
That's true.
And,
I meant to ask you
yeah.
about that. She how's she feel about all that?
She's not excited about it, but she kind of has to. She has to do it for her work.
She has to
so,
do it. Yeah. Oh, look
Yeah.
at this. My daughter just showed up. Speaking of contact with the outside world,
and
Is
brought
this-
you a chunk of baguette.
this is the jalapeno
Oh, she's the
cheddar.
one making. She's the one who's making bread.
She made. Oh, Taylor. Oh, that smells so good. I'm supposed. And is sourdough too? Oh.
So out of curiosity,
sweetheart.
how often do you call your daughters Tay Carter and Car Taylor?
Never.
Okay, you sure?
Except this one time.
'Cause you just called her Car Taylor.
Yeah, I started to call her a name and then changed it mid thing.
Yeah, Car Taylor and Tay Carter.
But now that you say that, maybe that's a way that I'll never say it wrong again. I'll just call them collectively Car Taylor or Tay Carter.
Car Taylor or Tay Carter.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Now we figured it out. Yeah, she's been on this bread kick, making bread like crazy, and it's all very good, and also giving some away to people who don't have less access to such things. And
Bread to the breadless.
yeah, it's very cool.
That's nice.
I didn't know she was coming today. I bet the baby's here. I want to see him.
See the baby.
He's crazy right now. It's so good.
I saw the sunglasses
Wasn't that great?
videos. Great. Yes.
All you have to do, he does it naturally now. It's like a trained dog. You put sunglasses on him and he immediately starts to dance. Just dances.
Yeah.
He thinks
When
that's dance time.
how come I saw the GIF you made too?
Mhm.
I'm amazed that you didn't make put the Who song to him ripping the glasses off like David. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Brian, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's still time.
Needs to be done. There's still time. You need to do that.
All right, I got a TikTok waiting for everybody when you get home. That's a great idea, actually. All right, final story. A woman finds a live snake in a Woolworths bag of potatoes.
Look at that. Snakes and potatoes. This is the most Irish article you're going to hear today.
Oh, you'll never find a more Irish article.
You'll
than this
never
one.
find no more Irish article.
Good luck to you. This mum has found. Oh, and I never chat room. Did I ever show you the bread? Because I got so excited I put Brian up permanently. Sorry. Here's the bread. It's only a piece of it,
Look at that.
but it's fresh, made by her own hand by scratch. It's got jalapeno flavor in it and little pieces
And it's
in it.
got Scott's nose pressings in the bread.
Oh yeah, nobody's gonna eat this after I'm done with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dab my eyes dry with it. Anyway, a woman, this NSW woman, a not safe work woman.
New South Wales?
Oh, okay, better.
Yeah.
Mum, because
Not
she's
safe work.
yeah, not safe work. Don't play here. Not safe work. Has a terrifying experience after buying a bag of potatoes from a Woolworths and finding a live snake in there. Marissa Davidson bought the 4K kilogram bag from the Woolworths Park Beach Plaza store in Coffs Harbor last Friday afternoon. Those are all real places. Miss Davidson told 9.com.au. Oh, is this Australia?
Yeah, New South Wales.
Oh, New
is
South
where,
Wales. You said that.
Sydney is.
Yeah. Whenever someone says New South Wales, I just think of Wales.
Sure, right. It's the New South Wales as opposed to the regular Wales in
Right.
in the UK.
And then they compounded it by saying a mum, which makes me think UK.
Right.
So
Yes.
it's all screwed up.
I'm amazed that there's still Woolworths in the world.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Can you believe
apparently in
that?
Australia.
Yeah.
It's one of the most diddly Woolworths you can go to, though.
Only Australia would have a freaking snake in their bag.
We have 7 of the 10 most diddliest convenience stores you can find in the world.
She says this, I opened it and I grabbed 2 potatoes out and I was like, oh no, I'll do 3. And then turned around to get the other and it jumped out.
Ah!
They don't have legs. They don't jump. They don't jump out. They
sprung out. I don't know. I've seen
spring forth.
I've seen the one on Hubert jumps.
Oh yeah, he does. That little bastard that goes up and down. I hate that guy. Yeah, that guy can suck it. Hate him. Anyway, to Mrs. Davidson's greater worry, the snake immediately started slithering towards her 5-year-old son, Chase, who had a congenital heart defect. He's got hypoplastic left heart syndrome, which is half a heart. Ooh.
Oh.
I've never heard of that. Is that a thing?
No, that sucks. Jeez.
Half a heart.
Half a heart.
Wow. How does it work? How do you make that work? If you only got half a heart, that means you got one ventricle and one
aorta.
Or
one not aorta. One.
What's that called?
Ventricles and. Oh, jeez.
There's a word for
Scott
that.
and Brian fail grade school biology right here on the show.
It's been a while since I was at school.
Ventricles and.
I'm waiting for the chat. Atrium.
I know.
Atrium.
Okay, I was close. Atrium.
So
and
I guess that's
ventricles,
like
not
having
aorta.
one lung. You don't want to overdo it, I guess, or something.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's hardcore. Well, anyway, I'm not near Westmead Hospital either. where he has had 3 open heart surgeries. Oh, that poor kid. This story's about this poor kid and his multiple surgeries.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you glad we didn't talk about a depressing coronavirus story, but instead focused on this poor little kid with half a heart?
On this poor kid with half a heart and a snake jumping out of a potato bag.
Jeez. All right, well, that's what's
I'm not
out
gonna
there.
Fall for the snake in the potato bag.
All my sources for weird news, they're all coronavirus stories. All of them. Like,
Yeah,
it's
well,
just,
yeah.
That's the life we're in. We're in it.
That's exactly.
You can't do anything. You just can do this with your hands.
Yeah, it's nothing we can do. We're you know, our hands are tied.
That's right. Right now, on
We're still touching our face.
yeah, I keep doing it. It's so hard not to do. Like right now, just saying it makes me want to do it. I just want to do it. I want to touch my face, Brian. If I could reach through the camera, I'd touch yours. I'd reach out and go right in Brian's face.
Jeez. Hold on a second. Dice Tomato is saying that Amazon suspends all warehouse shipments except for medical supplies and high demand products. So if you've ordered something from Amazon, suspends independent merchants from shipping items to its warehouses.
Yes, correct. And they're keeping more foods or things that are priority items there now. I heard this.
So I can't get my 12-pack of Zevia. Am I going to be able to get my 12-pack of Zevia sent to me?
I don't know. I like my Zevia. I get that, but I get mine at Sprouts. Sprouts has a ton of Zevia even now. They got a whole bunch down there because nobody.
Do they have the combos? Because like the one on Amazon, you get a Zevia, all the good flavors in a box and none of the bad flavors in a box.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh,
Let's see here. I'm pulling it up.
interesting.
I'm pulling up the Zevia. Don't get the rainbow variety pack. Get the. Where is it? It's in my subscribe and save. Here you go. It is the black cherry, the ginger root beer, the caffeine-free cola, and the Dr. Zevia, I think are the 4 you get in there.
So it's the rainbow variety pack.
Not that one. That one's got everything, which means you're going to get the ones that aren't very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I really liked? I was going to make this recommendation. The Zevia is it grapefruit? Yeah, the grapefruit one. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah. Pink grapefruit, totally good. And
Very
that's one of
good.
the ones in the pack that you get.
Yeah, it's very good. Also, Zevia, Mountain Zevia, or Mountain Z, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Mountain Dew replacement, right?
Yes.
But it tastes like Mellow Yellow. But it's good. If you like Mellow Yellow, you'll like it. It's good.
I don't know if you've had a chance to try Mountain Dew Zero, but it's great. Mountain Dew Zero is fantastic.
I have not yet. I kind of have been avoiding the chemically ones, but I would try one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you which one's real bad. The Dr. Zevia tastes like someone farted on a flower and handed it to you.
Yeah, see, that's what I think. I'm not doing the Dr. Zevia.
It's
Here we go.
bad.
The one I get, it's the fruity variety pack. Strawberry, orange, black cherry, and grape. Black cherry is that's like the chocolate in the Neapolitan. That's
that's very good.
The best one. But then you also get I thought it had the pink grapefruit one.
Glape. You said the Glape one. That one's also very good.
It has the grape is also in there, but it doesn't have the grapefruit, which I really like.
I like the Glape. Yeah, these are all good choices, everybody.
Yeah. Anyway,
they just don't have anything else in them. They got the plant sweetener, so no artificial sweeteners or chemicals, just a freaking plant one. It's got carbonated water and like cherry flavor, and you're done. That's it.
Totally. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's very good. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to make some things with Bill. Hopefully, I haven't talked to him, but I assume he's on for tap today. And I know Jury is, so we'll be talking to him a little bit later. Oh, I just got something from Bill. Oh, he's off. Okay, he's not going to be here. Super late notice.
Okay.
Oh, no worries.
Is he okay? Everything okay in Bill land?
Okay. I'm going to ask him, make sure everything's all right. Because they're in Washington, and Washington's a mess.
Washington is a mess.
I mean, with the virus, not general.
Oh, yeah, that too. Actually,
yeah.
right.
That also. Yeah. That's true as well. All right. Well, we'll see what happens there. I'm going to do something real quick, which is unprecedented, which is pause the show, and then tell Jury that see if he can come early.
Okay.
And Bill is a last-minute bail.
You should have paused between the song, song thing anyway, because we paused.
Well, I found something out, Brian.
What'd you find out?
Wonder if we try it today. No, it's I'll do it. I'll do it next time. So I found.
Can we play songs again?
So I found a way to pause. I need to finish out today's show to make sure it worked.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pause the video now and see if this worked. Oh, is back as well. Hopefully this all worked. Hey, Brian, we should take a break.
Yes, sir.
We're not doing Bill. Turns out he's not here today. So we're going to do Jury after this, and he is good to go. So before that, though, we have to have a song for the fine folks at home. Please tell me what it is.
Absolutely. The song is comes to us from a band called New Language. They are a band from Los Angeles, a trio, an alt-rock trio from Los Angeles. Compared to Queens of the Stone Age, which I totally hear, really, really good stuff. They've released a couple singles up until now, Play Dead and House of Cards. But man, KROQ, you know, the big LA station, big alternative rock station in LA, loves these guys. I love them too. Totally digging this. Their new album is called, what is their new album? Do they have a new album or they're just doing singles? I take that back. I think they're just doing singles, which is just fine. The brand new single is called No Time. And it's the universal anthem that digs deep in the modern everyday stresses of our society that keeps us all constantly running out of time to take the time to focus on ourselves.
Wow.
Is what they say. Here's the band, New Language, and the song No Time.
Come on, will you? Everything is okay.
Nothing is okay.
This is the morning stream. Pop Mother Effin' I.
I heard from Fletcher the other day. Just checking in on him.
Oh, how's he doing?
He's doing fine. He's I think they were maybe considering Vegas because at the end of it he says, "Yeah, no Vegas this time." And you know, it sounded like maybe they were thinking about it before the mess happened.
Oh man.
Yeah,
well,
so that's a bummer. But when we redo it,
we're still thinking, it'll happen. We just don't know when.
We don't know when.
Maybe June, but don't. Nobody buy tickets or make any plans yet.
Yeah, don't make any plans yet.
Yeah, we just got to see how all this stuff shakes out.
Too many unknowns, but we'll get there.
The old C virus, C to the Vi.
I guarantee Brian has not seen his last of Vegas in this lifetime.
Oh, come on now. Yeah, I haven't even seen my last of Vegas in the next 3 months. Thanks to Frontier, I have to go, or I lose that money.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is
on
you
the
just
ticket.
lose that cash. All right, well, let's get this ball rolling. I'm going to play this.
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Justin Robert Young joining us all the way from beautiful Oakland, California. Justin, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, gang.
Hey.
What's poppin',
Well,
fam?
you know, like the usual, the huge, as the kids say, the huge.
Yeah, the huge, you know.
Just trying to make our way in the world today. Hey, you guys doing all right? How's Oakland? You guys good? I mean,
They're on lockdown, right?
Yeah, we're on lockdown. We are non-essential movement is prohibited, so you have to either be like on the way to something or exercising, I guess, and that's pretty much the only reason why you would be allowed out. I don't know exactly. I don't know. I don't think they're like shooting people dead on the street if they're like, you know.
Hey, are you essential? Prove it.
Yeah, you got to prove it. Well, that's hardcore, man. Woo.
Yeah, dude. It's it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
This is a weird time. I can't really even put into words the, canceled like $1,000 worth of plane tickets over the last, 72 hours because
Keep touching your face. Why do you keep touching your face, Drew? Just watching
literally at this point, all I do is sit in my apartment and wash my hands. I'm gonna touch my face all I honestly don't care.
Yeah, I don't
like
either.
if that's what kills me, then put it on my tombstone.
Exactly. Then let me.
I will itch my face. I don't leave.
Yeah.
Like I don't. There's no way that me touching my face affects anybody else on the planet.
Yeah.
Like that is. I've sacrificed every other element of my daily regular life
Coronavirus
so-
will spontaneously appear when you touch your face. It's like Candyman. Like you could have no coronavirus on your hands or your face. Look at this. Now Scott's touching his face. You
I'm
can't
doing it with my
talk
arm.
about
It's my
face
forearm.
touching without making your face itch.
No, I will touch my face. I have always had an itchy face. I will itch my face. That's just the thing that I'm gonna do.
He died the way he lived. touching
right.
his face.
No, look, I'm sorry. I'm not. That's but I won't do that. There are a few things. But I will just not give up. Like, we made popcorn the other day, and Ashley was eating it with a spoon, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Like, if I'm not leaving the apartment and all I'm doing is washing my hands 10 times a day, I'm going to eat the popcorn. I'm going to wash my hands before I eat the popcorn. I'm going to eat the popcorn with my hands. I'm going to put it in my mouth, and then I'm going to wash my hands afterward. I will not. From here, I will go no further.
Yeah, this is your line. I get it. Wait, hold on, I got a question about that popcorn before we leave it. Vegan popcorn is what? Just dry popcorn, no butter, no. Or can you put like vegan butter on there? What do you do there? in that
Oh yeah,
case?
dude. No, vegan butter is actually pretty dope.
Where does it come from? Where do you get the?
I can't believe it's not butter.
I can't either.
I mean, it's like any other fake dairy thing. You just, it's nuts or soy or whatever.
Almond butter,
Almond, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So it comes from some other.
It's really the butter is just there to hold the salt onto the popcorn.
Yeah.
And then,
So I mean, you could do it with olive oil, and this is basically like a slightly richer version of olive oil, basically. But yeah, you just melt that like you would regular ass butter and chuck it on the popcorn, throw some salt on it. You're good to go, baby.
regular ass butter. I like it. All right,
Regular ass butter.
I got a couple questions for you that are pertinent to your segment. We're not just going to wallow in our isolation. We're going to actually talk about some impact questions, and then some of this is just going to be guesswork, but also I like when you predict things and come up with how things will affect certain things when it comes to elections and politics. And before we get to how this current crisis affects November, right now it feels like, based on the administration's response to most of this, you're always going to have, there's going to be certain mega hats that don't care what happened or what he said, and it's all good. But a lot of people, it's hard to look at it and say it was a great response or that it was a timely response or any of those things. But then again, if this was some other president, there'd still be people complaining about the response. Like that's kind of built into this. But I'm really curious about.
Yeah, I think the big thing is, I'm just glad we never got to the point that like England is at now, or I think it's like Denmark, that they're gonna try and ride this out with herd immunity.
Yeah.
That they're just gonna like, nope, everyone's gonna get it, and some people are gonna die, and then we'll all be a super race by the end of it.
Yeah.
And
It's
Britain's
just a way to cull the herd.
Yeah.
Yeah, UK is backing off that now. But I'm glad. And look, we're in a world where people are dying, and even if you survive this, the economy is just in.
Uh-oh.
So's our internet connection. Hold on.
Jury's internet is on lockdown.
Let me. Here, I'll
Move us to Central or something.
Yeah,
or-
I'll move to Central. Hold on. U.S. West. Central. Let's see if that fixed it. Justin, are you there?
Hey, sorry about that, guys.
Well, that's weird. What
Wow,
happened?
look, now we're on FaceTime. Now
No,
we're,
yeah, my whole rig just totally crapped out.
Oh,
Like,
shoot.
Oh, wow.
yeah, literally just blue screened of death me. So
All right. Well, this is nice. This is up close and personal.
This is, yeah.
I don't mind this. So, okay. So, before we get to any of that, your take on the audienceless debate that happened the other night. I personally would like to see that as the standard and have nothing to do with diseases. I want to see.
Ditto.
I'm so sick of people having to try to be a stand-up comedian and or a quaint Southern lawyer with all their answers for the needs of the crowd, and then dealing with the hooping and the hollering and the stuff that sometimes interrupts.
And having to wait for the crowd to die down before you can get to the next question.
I like that. Like, let's make that the standard. Let's just make it about the questions and their answers and their interactions, and be done with the. We don't need an audience. It's not a comedy show. It's not a play. I
think it's
fine when you get to a certain point, but I agree with you. I think that, like, especially when it was a bunch of people, I think having no audience would have actually been better than having it with just two people, because I think more people would have gotten time. You would have had less kind of shouting over people, less of the crowd distraction. Also, it'll never happen because the DNC raises money by selling seats to those debates. And the more that they can sell, the better that they like it. And so if they could have it in a football stadium, they would.
Yeah.
Well, crap.
I know I'm 100% you'd say that, and I agree with you, but man.
But I think historically, when you look back at those things, it's so funny because CNN was selling this as like, oh, the first time it ever happened. It's like, this was the norm. Like the first televised debate were just two dudes in a television studio. Like, and there were benefits. When we first got into the stuff over the summer, I thought that the best thing to do would be to just have it weekly, have debates weekly, and then rotate in and out who qualifies this week, and don't have the whole crew, right? But separate it down to 4 a piece. And at that point, per month, you're going to have all 12.
Right.
And eventually you're going to want to see people match up with each other, but at least you're going to hear everybody's ideas, everybody that's qualified for the debate.
Right.
But I totally agree with you. I thought that it was a better scenario, and boy, do I wish we had some younger people on the stage. I feel like, Biden, because, however you want to describe, he's Joe Namath on the Rams. He's Michael Jordan with the Wizards. Whatever. I don't want to go full. He's got dementia. He's just not the dude that he used to be.
Yeah.
And then Bernie is just so set in his ways politically that I don't think he really had I don't think at this point you can't teach that old of a dog new tricks.
Joe, are you saying you never said that? America, go to YouTube, look it up. Are you saying you never said that, Joe?
Well,
Joe, America, look it up.
That was actually him at his more spry, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It was right, yes.
the other stuff, there were moments where I was like yelling. I was watching it live on Twitch, and I was like yelling at the television, like, no, Biden just left himself open. Go after him. But it's not on the script, and if it's not on the script for Bernie, then it's not going to get said.
Yeah.
So, man, I would have loved to see Andrew Yang in that situation. I would have loved to see Mayor Pete. I would have loved to see Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
Like, even Amy Klobuchar, who did really, really well at some of the debates. She always was looked at as a good debater. I would have loved to see them, because I think having those moments, you would have, in close quarters, like, revealed that, hey, some of these people think faster than the others.
Yeah, it's a little like we have this. I mean, I feel it every day. We do this show, and there's always a live audience. There's always a chat room. When they're not here, if for some reason Brian and I have to record something separate, or even when we do film sack, totally different vibe. Totally different
weird.
vibe.
Yeah, I had to do Coverville a few weeks ago without a live studio audience, and it's weird. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's very weird. But in this way, I think it was good. But yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Both Joe and Bernie alluded to having a woman as a running mate.
Yeah.
Who do you think each of them pull in?
Well, I really only think it's a relevant question on one side, because, based on what's going to happen today, I think that I'm already kind of getting the sense that the Bernie camp is going to take this coronavirus pass to suspend the campaign. But Joe Biden promised that he was going to take a female vice president, which is news. That was probably the only news that got broken during the debate. But I've said before that the vision I have in my head is, presuming that the Democratic National Convention isn't held over Skype, that the big moment with confetti coming down will be Barack Obama raising Joe Biden's hand and Joe Biden raising Kamala Harris's hand, and the pitch to the Democratic voter is elect this white man suspension bridge between the first 2 black presidents.
Well, you could have. You know what? You could have said Oreo. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad it's not an Oreo thing. I'm glad it's a suspension bridge. That's a perfect.
That actually is the perfect
scenario. Yeah. Well done. I was waiting for Oreo. It
He's
didn't happen.
He's the Olden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. The Olden Gate Bridge. No, I've specifically tried to not say that, so I'm glad you've repeated it 3 times, Scott.
Sorry. Also, that cough means nothing.
No. Yeah, I think that's the vision I have. Other than that, the rumblings have been around Klobuchar.
Really, that's interesting. I would have said Harris, also, just because I don't know why. It just seemed like.
Then also the other 2 that are kind of like out there. There's a female governor of Michigan, and then maybe another purple swing state. Like, it'll be very, very interesting. Somebody wrote into the newsletter. I forget if it was out today or it'll be out tomorrow. That suggested that Kirsten Sinema from Arizona, newly elected in 2018, could be the vice president. She is the first openly bisexual member of the Senate, and has been a fairly bipartisan purple senator. She has worked across the aisle. So if they really want to go hard on the Midwestern former Trump voter, then maybe she's the pick.
You know what the bummer is? The bummer is that Yang isn't there for this kind of format and at this exact time. Because you got literally Mitt Romney suggesting that Americans should all get get $1,000 during this thing.
Yeah.
To offset stuff. And I'm thinking, that sounds an awful lot like a little bit of a Yang thing. Yeah. So
like the Yang Gang. Yeah. No, he obviously this is a really serious thing for a lot of people, not only in terms of stimulating the economy and getting people buying things, but also for anybody who's listening that has worked in a restaurant or seen the books on a restaurant. I think that if all restaurants from sit down traffic were closed for 2 months, I think 80% of all restaurants would close.
Yeah.
Like it is not a business where you stack a lot of money,
No.
But between the necessity of having to buy good real estate and maintain good real estate in trendy areas, usually, right? Or at least trendy for relative. You have to buy food that goes bad. If you overbuy, you're wasting it. If you underbuy, you effectively have to close your business.
Yeah.
And then there's just the fickle nature of what people want to eat right now. Thankfully the food apps exist for the ones that can do that. But even then, all the waiters are out of business. All the bartenders are out of business. There's going to need to be something, depending on how long this lasts. And that's the weirdest thing about it, is that we have no idea.
Yeah, that's the other thing. There's there's no timetable on any of this yet. So
because as of now, even the people that are the countries that have kind of come out of it more than we have, right? It looks like we're at the beginning of the worst part.
Yeah.
At least if we're going to project based on other countries' curves.
Right.
It's not like everyone in Wuhan is doing cartwheels in the street and going back to Nathan's Famous hot dogs, right? Like,
Right.
That's we're still at a phase where we don't know what life after this particularly looks like.
Right. So do you knowing that there are so many unknowns, does this, if we just look at it from the numbers, it's hard too, because people are in this and it's, people are people and all that. But do you think this hurts or helps Trump in his election plan?
It's impossible to say right now.
Yeah.
I said after his Rose Garden conference that he was effectively betting his presidency on whatever happens with the coronavirus. I told everybody listening to, at that point, Friday, write down what they thought the number of infected would be, what they thought the number of dead would be.
Yeah.
And
If he's over that, then he's going to be in serious trouble. If he's under that, then I think it would be hard not to reelect him, largely because what he offered on Friday was a very Trumpian response in that, the safe thing for a president to do is just cut a blank check to the CDC, right? Yeah. And just say, here's $2 trillion. Yeah. Like, go do whatever you want. And then the CDC would probably go to a lot of these private companies that, we saw on Friday, and they would ask them to do it. Trump doing it from the Oval Office and then handing the CDC all these relationships is a very Trumpian way to go about it. But we'll see, because, that's a high risk, high reward situation for that to be the way to do it, because he's not going to be able to fire the head of the CDC if things go bad.
Right.
It's just going to be tied right to him.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be an interesting. I wish I could time travel. I just want to go to November and just see that we're all. I hope we're all over this, and that everyone is healthy and out voting, and just like it's a good, other side of hardship kind of moment, where we can exercise our democracy and all of that. But you're right. Like, we just don't. When you said that we don't have any idea on timelines or any of that. Like, when I first was hearing about all this, like one day you'd be on a Tuesday and you'd go, oh well, by the end of the month this will be fine. And then the next day you're like, oh no, it won't be. There's no way. And then the next day another 8 weeks of content would happen in the news, and you'd be like, oh, okay, so we're not going anywhere. Like, it's really weird. It's the most unusual experience of my life.
And that's the thing, is that, if you look at what shutting down to the degree that we have now has, we basically triggered a global recession.
Yeah.
Like right now, based on the amount of dead, this is because of the shutdown more than it is the virus. Obviously, the virus causes it, right? It's like a chicken and egg thing. But if you're looking at why the stock market's thing, it's because we have no idea what's happening, and we're shutting everything down, and nobody's making any money, right? Except for like Publix and Whole Foods.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, who knows how short term that'll be anyway, because you disrupt supply chains and it trickles back to you eventually. So,
number one, obviously there could have been a lot of testing done more than we had done it now, and maybe this triggers some of this stuff earlier, but considering how a pandemic works, we have no guarantees that if we were shut down from 8 weeks ago, right, and we were now entering in to or like as soon as Wuhan started, that we all went into quarantine immediately, how that would play out, we don't know. We're gonna have plenty of time to dissect this. We're gonna have plenty of time to figure out what we could have done and what worked and what didn't work. For right now, all I know is, obviously I'm going to be following the political stuff. We'll be live tonight talking about the results of the primaries in Florida, Illinois, and Arizona. Ohio was supposed to go today, and then the governor stepped in and declared a medical emergency.
So what do they do? How does that work? Is it just delayed, I guess? And
he tried to delay it through a court injunction.
Yeah.
A judge said he did not want it on his hands to set precedent that a judge could call off an election.
Yeah.
And so Mark DeWine, the governor of Ohio, declared a medical emergency last night. So it will not happen. We don't know what happens to those mail-in ballots. We don't know when it's going to happen again. We don't know if it is going to happen again, because again, I suspect Bernie's probably going to lose in Florida, Illinois, and Arizona. And at that point, he's going to be significantly outside of the delegate race. And considering some of the stuff that his campaign is saying now, like that while they really hope they win the election, they are telling all their supporters to do what you feel is good for your health, which is not exactly get out to vote, by any means necessary.
Yeah.
I feel like they might pull the plug, and at that point, maybe the Ohio primary is moot. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we have no idea. I mean, again, the answer to everything right now is we have no idea.
Yeah, it's a little unprecedented for sure. Well, all right. It's still. I think this is an interesting thing because it disrupts so many things, and when it disrupts the highest level of sort of the basis for how we choose our leaders, is it's an intense thing to think about, to consider. Histories are usually helpful, but I don't know a lot about what was happening politics wise in 1918. But maybe I should go back and look and just see how.
Go ahead and check the Twitter logs for 1918 and just see what they were saying.
See what was trending. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Were people really excited about the cheap Spirit flights? In 1918.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for all I know, huge swaths of people didn't even know about it, which maybe made it worse.
Well, I mean, that's the reason why it's kind of incomparable. Is that number one, travel is just a different thing now.
Yeah.
Travel didn't exist on the level that it does now, where we have commercially available super cheap automobiles to drive across state lines. We've got cheap plane flights to go not only domestically but internationally. We have mass communication to let everybody know what's going on. You can get the word out really fast. I mean, hell, yesterday, as soon as it got announced that we were going to be on lockdown for a couple weeks, I made kind of my last trip down to Whole Foods before everything shut down, largely because I'm like, well, I know I'm on Twitter, so I know this immediately. I'm going to wait till all the TV suckers find out before, see if I can get maybe that last head of lettuce.
Yeah. When did you go down there? What was it like in there?
It was actually, it was cleared out. It was, I'll send you pictures of what it was. Actually, I think it's on my Twitter, but
I can go look.
It was just cleared out, but it was humming along.
Mm-hmm.
They had all the cashiers working, and it wasn't that long of a line. Nobody was really like, sharp elbowing, punching their way through. They were restocking as they go, but I would imagine it's likely going to be a similar scene going forward. In the meantime, we'll just kind of see how it goes.
Yeah, I see these pictures.
A friend of mine was in line for weed, though. I don't know if weed's getting shut down because all the bars are getting shut down.
Nope.
I feel like the weed stores
dispensaries here in Colorado are staying open during this. Banks, Walmart, grocery stores, and dispensaries.
Wow.
I wonder if they do medical, if they would have to.
Oh yeah, probably.
Maybe,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Right.
They probably have
but
to.
I don't know if they're like only allowed to. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Something tells me I'll be conducting some science.
You gotta let us know next week how that went for you.
But no, I stocked up before.
Oh, good. You got all you need. All right. Well, Justin, like the rest of us, we're all trying to continue on making content, doing the best we can. Anything this week you want to mention that people should check out?
If you didn't listen to Raise the Dead, it's on Audible now. So go ahead and check that out. And I'm gonna stay busy because I have nowhere else to go.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much my life is spent either in my apartment or drinking alone on my roof. So I will. I'm gonna stay busy. I'm working on a very weird project that hopefully people like, but it's gonna be odd. Hopefully I'll put it out either today or tomorrow. I'm gonna try and work on it pretty quick, but
I'm not gonna give anything away, but I got a whiff of it, and I've never been more curious about anything in my life.
I'll send it to you because I want I don't know how I'm gonna work other people into it, but I want you involved, and we'll figure it out. But it's odd. Hopefully people will get it.
It's very odd, but we'll find out more when Jerry's ready to announce it. Excellent. Justin R. Young on Twitter. All that stuff is up there. You can go see his pictures of Whole Foods. It looked like there was a certain vegetable that nobody's taking. I wonder what that is. I'm always curious about that. Why does nobody want those things?
Well, also, it's they're like literally like restocking as they go.
Oh, okay.
So it's like It'll be an empty landscape,
Kale.
and then somebody will dump. Oh no, come on, this is the Bay Area. Kale goes.
Oh
first.
yeah, good point. Yeah, good point.
Kale's long gone.
There'll just be an empty landscape, and then like someone will come out and just dump like 50 pounds of russet potatoes, and then move on.
Yeah, it's like a bad buffet. It's just people just dumping the sauce and then going to the next station.
That's right, exactly.
Well, all right. Stay safe. Stay good. Keep touching your face though. While you're by yourself, it's fine. Go ahead and do it. Look at him touching his face. Look at that. That's awesome. Bye. All right, Brian. We've done it. We got a jury segment in. We got other stuff going on. Hey, do you want to laugh? You want to laugh at something? Oh, you can't hear me? Why? What happened? Oh, that's weird. Hello. Are you there?
There we go. Yeah. You just can't hang up on me. You can hang up on jury. You just can't, leave
That's
my
weird.
call.
All I did was kick him. I must have...
Yeah, and you left our call too.
I clicked something wrong then. My bad. Do you want to hear something funny?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm going to play a bonus mashup from our friend.
Oh, cool. All right.
Jamie. This is called...
You playing No Man's Sky. Oh, all right. I need some of this. Okay.
I need some more ferrite dust.
Right.
Yeah, it's always about that ferrite dust, man. You can't get enough of that stuff.
Yeah, I know.
This is Scott plays Dr. Butt Fluid.
There's not a game called Dr. Butt Fluid.
There's not, but I do not know what this reference is. I have zero idea. So we're gonna find out together, live on the air, what this is. So here comes right now. Enjoy. This game can bite my hole. Bite me in the hole. Everybody's coming to bite me in the hole. Here we go. Here we go. That's confusing as shit. The map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. Maybe that'll be all there is. Maybe I'll scream only once today. The tool. I've acquired a tool. What you got there, son? Oh, look at the shithole there. That's foul. Oh, I heard a noise. No. What are these? Let's run the other frickin' way. Here's some stairs. A key, you son of a bitch. Oh, hello. Zombie there's gonna eat my face. What the frick? I know, it's like a pile of shit, isn't it, Leon? Hate this. Come here, bud. Oh, I didn't know we were doing this. Shit. That's the queen. I found the queen, everybody. Shit bricks. I got bit. Dick. This room sucks my butthole. Shit. Oh, shit. Logical puzzle. Oh, shit. All the butt plugs are here with me. Oh, shit. Shit. Don't do it, you big piece of shit. Don't you freaking do it. Son of a whore, dude. I cannot. Damn it, you big piece of foreskin. Yank it out, son. Here we go. And then they had sex. You trust me, light bulb head? Derp. Oh, there's fuel in there. Access denied. You're a rotten penis. Hi, I'm Scott Johnson. I'm bad at video games. I'm looking for Dr. Butt Fluid. Shit. I'm the plant man. Oh, that annoys me. Son of a biscuit. Shit! Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? What is this horse shit? Gosh. I'm General Staff, and I can tell you access is granted. All right, let's go.
Oh my god.
That was a crazy one. I sounded stoned for most of that. I felt stoned in that. Weird. All right, well done, Jamie. As always, delivered. Oh, sorry, I ate some bread.
Repeat it on you.
I mean,
by the way, do you have your corn nuts left over from the box from that guy?
Oh, box right here. I forgot we got corn nuts. Let's see.
I may have already eaten the pumpkin seeds.
May have. Nice.
May have.
Oh, here they are. Yeah. Antonio's crispy corn. We give these a swing. Let's do it.
Let's give them a swing. We got a minute. We'll do this instead of Bill. Plus, it's one less thing on my desk. I'm cleaning my desk.
Yeah, I'm down with this. Let me. A cup came out of nowhere, man. That freaking hurt too.
Oh.
Let me get a food clip for us here. How about
what's your foodie?
This has been a public...
No.
They said they'd be here in time for dinner, which means they should be on their way here now.
All right, we're ready. Here we do. Here we go.
Which is funny because these come from Newport, Massachusetts, or Newport, New Bedford, Massachusetts.
New Bedford, there you go. Yep.
Right.
Something like that. All right, let's, I don't have a thing. Yeah, I do. Let's open this the easy way. Use my X-Acto blade. All right, corn nuts used to be a staple of mine. I would pick them up every gas station I ever went to. I would eat them all the time.
Great road trip food.
Yep,
Yeah,
great road trip food, although they smell like 12-year-old like feet. They're gross. They're gross in that way. Oh, but these don't smell too bad. These smell all right.
These smell just fine. These smell like corn nuts.
Oh, they're also very light. These are good.
They taste like corn nuts, too.
You know what? These are great. Oh, I have no problem eating these.
No way.
Should we hoard them just in case, or do we just go ahead and eat them?
I think we go ahead and eat them.
Okay. Oh, these are great. Very nice. These are better than the kind you get at the gas station.
For sure.
Well done, Antonio.
I might shake a little paprika in there.
Yeah, a little seasoning wouldn't hurt.
Cayenne or something, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, these are kind of plain, but they're good. And corn nuts. Let me understand this. They're kernels of corn that are what, baked into oblivion, and then they just turn into this, or how do they work?
I think so.
Because there's no such thing as a nut, right? They're not really nuts. They're
definitely not. I mean, they are kernels of corn. I don't know what you do. Fry them? Yeah, I guess you can fry them or bake them.
Okay, according to a cursory Google search, corn nuts, also known as toasted corn, are snack food made of roasted or deep-fried corn kernels in parts of South America, including Peru and Ecuador is where they came from. Oh.
There you go.
All right,
well. An air fryer.
Yeah, that's pretty great. I like that a lot. Oh, there's a little boy here. Hold on.
Aw.
Come on, this will cheer everybody up in these hard times.
Sure.
Hi, buddy. Hi. Look who it is.
Aww.
Look at the camera.
Hey, Van.
Hey. You want to dance?
I like that abominable snow van shirt he's wearing.
Yeah, abominable snow van. Get it? Get it, Tay? Did you do that on purpose? Oh, your bread's really good, by the way. Hi, bud. How you doing? Is this all freaking you out and you'd rather be over there with Grandma? All right. Hey, Kim, come grab him, will you? I got it. Oh, sorry. He was getting that face of like, are you leaving? Yeah. Oh.
Why can we say hi?
When are you leaving?
Right now, I gotta go home. Jasmine's going over to make bread.
Can you? Oh, I'm sad. I'm not gonna see him.
Can you say bye-bye?
Bye, buddy. Bye. All right, sorry. This moment of family bliss brought to you by. All right, let's. What are we doing? I forgot. Corn nuts. That's how you make them. That's what that was.
Yes.
Now,
roasted or fried.
Yeah, roasted or fried. There you go. All right, so that's the end of today's show, everybody. We've done all we can do. Oh, I was going to read an email.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. Sorry. Illinois Z is a listener who wrote and says that with the subject line, I think we know the answer behind Gorbit. Behind the mystery that is the word Gorbit, because someone yelled Gorbit the other day, and I was sure I heard it.
Yep.
It says, hello, guys. I love the show. I actually went to high school with a Gorbit, spelled this way. It was Gorbutt.
Ooh, it's even worse. That's a worse spelling of Gorbit.
I agree. It says Gorbit.
It's got butt in it.
Butt.
Yeah.
It says
butt.
This person's family lives in Utah. One of the clan may very well have been milling around your domicile, hence somebody exclaiming their surname. Anyway, just thought I would drop that bit of a tid. Thanks, Ryan, says Ryan. Possible. Could be a Gorbit living here, and someone just said, hey, Gorbit. Or Gorbit.
Maybe. Gorbit.
Yeah, I don't know. But this is the closest thing I've gotten to an explanation, so I appreciate it, Illinois' listener Ryan. Illinois' Ryan.
Love that.
All right, now that really is the end of the show. If you'd like to send us your own messages, there's a really simple single-click form on the site over at frogpants.com/TMS. If you'd still rather use good old-fashioned email, you can do that too, themorningstream@gmail.com. What else? Oh, support us on Patreon, you guys. I know it's going to get a little weird for a while. But literally, we gotta keep these fires burning if we can.
Use your free $1,000 check from the government to help support TMS.
Yeah, $1 of that is all we need.
Keep the other $999 for yourself.
Yeah, there you go. Patreon.com/TMS. Go check it out if you haven't yet, and we appreciate all your support in there in these trying times. That'll do it for us. Brian's gonna play a song. Do you have one?
I do, and not a request because it's St. Patrick's Day, and I'm making my own request. I love playing Irish performers on St. Patrick's Day. and this year is no different. Juliet Turner is a singer-songwriter from Northern Ireland. She's opened and worked with Bob Dylan, U2, Bryan Adams, Roger McGuinn, Joan Armatrading, and she's great. She has an incredible voice, and she does a great job of taking a song that I think is already kind of a hot, little sexy song, and making it even sexier. And it's kind of appropriate song for these times. So with her cover of Britney Spears' Toxic, here is Juliet Turner.
Nice.
And her version.
I love that. All right. Here it is. We'll see you guys tomorrow on a whole new TMS. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Remember that penis is the proper word.
Oh, all right.